Hello, my name is Berta Karpetian, and you are on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be showing how to do slip, slip, knit, SSK, and knit two together. This is two types of decreases, the most common used. And what is interesting that even experienced knitters who do a lot of knitting sometimes are confused how to do the SSK correctly. And if you don't do it correctly, then one side may look different from another side. In front of you is a very cute baby pullover, which both sides are done very professionally with full fashion decreases. And when you do properly the SSK, slip, slip, knit, and knit two together, it will result in those beautiful lines. Why do we need two different type of decreases in one garment? And the reason for that is that the decreases, they always have to be in mirror image. They could be this way or they could be this way, but they cannot be this way and they cannot be that way. That's why at the beginning of the row, we usually do either SSK or knit two together. And at the end of the row, we do opposite. Whatever is done here goes the opposite. Today I'm going to be showing you both ways of doing that. At the beginning of the row, when you do it at the beginning of the row, you get this beautiful line, and two together goes at the end of the row and it results in this line. Or you can do it opposite. When you do the beginning of the row as knit two together, and the end of the row, you can do SSK, slip, slip, knit. So the reason that people do one way or another is that is how you want that to look. I call this little birds, and it's very pretty. So if you decided that you want to create something with those lines and those little things, marks, then you are going to put the SSK at the end and knit two together at the beginning. And that is usually indicated in the pattern. You don't really have to create that look. It says in the pattern either SSK at the beginning or SSK at the end, but you always are going to see that whatever says at the beginning is going to be different at the end. SSK at the beginning, knit two together at the end, or knit two together at the beginning and SSK at the end. Okay, let's work on our decreases. In front of you are two different swatches. One swatch is where SSKs are done at the beginning of the row and knit two togethers are done at the end of the row. And on the second swatch, we have it opposite. So at the beginning, we do knit two together, and at the end, you can see they look a little different. They are SSKs there. Now, it all depends how your instructions will tell you to do it. Some people do it at the beginning and knit two together at the end. And then in the different designs, you can see that it's done opposite. It does not matter. They are done the same way. It's just the placement could be different. Okay, so let's get to do SSKs. So the first stitch we knit regularly. And then here is how we do SSK. You slip the first stitch, you slip the second stitch as of to knit, then you put your left needle right into both of them. And without taking the stitches out, right there, you knit them together. That's SSK. Now I will show you one more for people who do it English way or American way. So you slip the first stitch exactly the same way, the second stitch exactly the same way. Then you put the left needle into them, So far, all the same. And then you take your yarn and go around and do your normal knit stitch. That's how we do SSK if you do American way. And then you go to the end of the row and do your knit two together, which will result in this beautiful mirror image decreases. So we go up to the 3 last stitches, and you do knit two together. Sometimes we put the knit two togethers in SSKs. This is a knit two together. Sometimes we put them after the first stitch and before the last stitch. Sometimes we do an additional stitch between the first stitch and SSKs. But it doesn't matter. The way you do it is always the same. So that is where we have them in line on both sides. Now let's try to do it opposite. And the difference is that the look is slightly different, but the idea and method of doing SSKs is all the same. So you need the first stitch, then you do two together, then you go to the last 3 stitches. It's usually in instructions. Nothing could be created as you go. It's all there. Unless you create your sweater yourself, then you will pick the way you want them to look, either this way or the one that I showed you before. Now, one more time, SSK. You slip the first one, you slip the second one, then you put your needle back into those 2 stitches and you knit them together. And you knit the last stitch. Now, that is how we do SSKs.